Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee. At the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Nice. It's this cheesy 3-in-1 Nescafe Classic. Coffee, creamer, and sweetener all in one packet. Get it on Amazon or you can get it at the Spanish store. I don't see it in regular supermarkets, but not bad. Not bad, actually, for what it is. Perfect backpacking stuff if you don't want to carry all your coffee gear with you. You will use the vortex method and you will be happy. It is colder than my ex-wife's heart outside today, and getting colder. So I think it's going to be layer up season real soon. T-shirt weather, like t-shirts under everything and multiple layers and scarves and neck gaiters and all that stuff. You can't proofread and edit the last chapter of your life, the one that you just did. Let's just say like the last year. There's nothing you can do about it. It's already published. But you can start writing the next chapter. Include or exclude whatever characters you want. Create whatever storyline you want. This is what personal empowerment is. Having power over the narrative that you are living. Having power over your life. How many things in your life are under other people's control? Wouldn't it be nice to start calling your own shots wherever you are? I talk about that in the newsletter. Just go to georgebruno.com and sign up for the newsletter. When does it come out? Whenever I want it to come out. You'll see. I was in a pipe and cigar store, and an older guy tells me that Applejack tobacco in a mason jar filled with water, set aside for 2 weeks, makes an organic, non-petroleum-based, walnut-colored wood stain that rivals any commercial oil-based wood stain. So there you go. You need a dark wood stain. You can make your own with tobacco. So you have some tobacco that you're not using or it's been sitting around for a while. Make a wood stain out of it. Let it sit for 2 weeks. I thought that was a pretty cool idea from this old codger. When I think about the circle jerk that we went through for the past almost 3 years, I'm very resolute. I'm not angry. I'm resolute. But here's some interesting things from Montgomery County. All Montgomery County residents should stay home and minimize contact with others to reduce the spread. I didn't stay home. I got out and built up my immunity. This stay at home saves lives. Apparently it's not saving lives. And I knew this all along. And I said it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when all this BS started. Here's a page from the Safer Sex and CUFID rules. Take care during sex. Kissing can easily pass the virus. Avoid kissing anyone who's not part of your small circle of close contacts. Apparently Montgomery County has a dirty mind. Don't kiss anyone unless they're in your small circle of contacts. Can't make this stuff up. Somebody actually got paid to write this. Rimming, which is mouth on anus, might spread the virus. Virus in feces may enter your mouth and could lead to an infection. No rimming. No rimming. They actually had to say that. That's it. There are people who needed to hear that. No rimming. My Lord. Wear a face covering or mask. Yeah, because it's hard to do rimming when you have a face mask on. Maybe it's your thing, maybe it's not, but during COVID, wearing a face covering that covers your nose and mouth is a good way to add a layer of protection during sex. Heavy breathing and panting can spread the virus further, and if you or your partner have it and don't know it, a mask can help stop that spread. So only do stuff that you can have a mask on. Don't take the mask off, and no rimming. What if you do rimming while you have a mask on? Then you have a mask that smells like shit for the rest of the day. Number 4, make it a little kinky. Be creative with sexual positions and physical barriers like walls that allow sexual contact while preventing close face-to-face contact. What? Be creative with sexual positions and physical barriers. Like walls. So my local government is promoting glory holes? Are you kidding me? My tax money paid someone to write this. Number 5, masturbate together, using physical distance and face coverings to reduce the risk. No rimming, sit at arm's length, make sure you wear a mask, and jerk each other off. You know, the further we get away from that whole ick circle jerk, isn't it funny? I called it a circle jerk like 10 minutes ago, and this is literally talking about a circle jerk. The longer we get away from it, time-wise, when I look back at the stuff that was printed during that era, which is only a couple years ago, right? It just seems like a comedy routine. This is like Saturday Night Live or something. Use physical distance and face coverings. So stay arm's length apart, wear a mask, and have fun. Condoms and dental dams can reduce contact with saliva, semen, or feces during oral or anal sex. Click here to find out how to get free safe sex products. Wow, what a deal. And finally, washing up before and after sex is more important than ever. Wash hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Wash sex toys with soap and warm water. Disinfect keyboards and touch screens that you share with others. Skip sex if you or your partner are not feeling well. Comedy routine. And this is actually, it has the seal of Montgomery County, the Office of Public Health at the top of it. Can't make this shit up. You really can't. I love this from Jeff Putnam. About a year ago, I ran into a guy at the gym. It was his first day and he walked up while I was lifting. Hey man, can you give me any tips? I told him, give me his email and I'll send you my workout program. Jeff has a workout program, how to build your body and all this. He said thanks, and he'd be at the gym every day. I never saw him again. Isn't that so true? You don't value the things that you get for free. If you pay for something, you have more of a chance of doing it. Right? I've always been interested in non-traditional ways of making a living, prospering, investing. In other words, everything other than going to a job, a job, just over broke. Jobs and bosses in my lifetime have been very disappointing, always. I just ended up despising everything, biting my tongue, just hating what I do. always. But you better have your stuff together if you don't want to go to a 9-to-5 job. Health, personal discipline, routines, systems, or your non-traditional fantasy can become a nightmare. I want to be self-employed. Listen, it's hard to be self-employed when your body looks like shit. If you don't have the discipline to get your body into shape, working for yourself probably is not going to work well. You need a lot of discipline. And then what happens is you start despising everything again if you don't have your crap together. You get paranoid, you create invisible enemies. Everyone's out to get me. The government wants to slow me down or stop me. Everyone's preventing you from doing whatever you want to do. Nobody's stopping you from doing anything. You know, I remember one place where I work 2 days a week. They closed down, in the state of Pennsylvania, they closed down cutting hair. Every salon, every barber shop got closed. What the actual blank was that all about? Put on a mask, hand sanitizer, wipe everything down forever. That was a way of the government coming in between you and your money. But they sent you money, some kind of relief money, whatever the hell it was. But the government stood in your way. How much do you want the government to be part of your life? Since, have we forgotten what they did? Have we forgotten they closed stores? Have we forgotten that there were 17-year-old kids with counters saying only 100 people are allowed in the store at a time? And 2 people would leave Walmart and then they'd allow 2 people to come in? There was arrows in the aisles. You can only walk this direction, walk that direction, walk that direction. You had to stay 6 feet apart. Anyone remember that circle jerk? What short memories everyone has. And who was the one that was telling you it was bullshit? Who? Could it be Bruno? I hate fucking being right all the time. Ugh. Individual hopium can help you make it through a day, a week, a month. Mass hopium, on a mass level, is dangerous for a country like ours. Conservatives, or whatever the hell that means anymore, have been divided just like the 2 parties because of various psyops from the government and who else knows, right? There were people that were doing this. Nothing can stop what is coming. Okay, I get that. Okay, the big whole Q thing, QAnon, all that stuff. And if you didn't jump on board with that, there were people that would get mad at you. Like if you said, well, I'm just holding off for now and I'll believe it when I see it. And then people would say, you don't understand. You're one of them. You're a Russian bot. You're Putin's puppet. So what do? Ignore it. Don't give it 1 minute of attention. Make money, build your muscles, develop your brain, get control of your sleep, the most important thing you can do. Drink more water, eat more red meat, and you will be happy. Do not adhere to anything that divides people. Do not adhere to anything that divides people. Do not follow, support, or pay attention to people that divide people. How many times do I have to tell you? Are you interested in the hobby of pipe smoking? Get yourself a corncob pipe from Missouri Meerschaum. You get yourself a tamper or pipe tool. And let's just start you out with a pouch of Captain Black in the white pouch. There's a good start. That way I don't have to answer 10,000 emails saying, I want to get started in pipe smoking. What should I do? I just told you what to do. There you go. So for under $20, you could start a nice little hobby. "40 years ago, a mentor encouraged me to stop saying yeah. and start saying yes. Instead, think about that. How many times when someone asks you like a yes or no question and you go, yeah, yep. It sounds more civilized when you say yes. Get in the habit of saying yes, not yeah or yep. You know why? Because it makes you think for a second before you speak. That is not a bad habit to get into. Makes you less impulsive in general. Last week I did a video, 13 reasons why I don't talk to the media unless I initiate it. It's on here, on YouTube. And I recommended one person who ended up going on the Dr. Phil show. I don't know if he got chopped up. I guess we're going to see. I don't think his account of being on the show was, I don't know if it was constructive or not. We'll see. I guess when the show airs, we'll see how it turned out. But I knew it wasn't for me. Ticking away the moments that make up a dull day, you fritter and waste the hours in an offhand way, kicking around on a piece of ground in your hometown, waiting for someone or something to show you the way. Pink Floyd, 1973. Great song, right? They say to you, did you hear about X? You reply, no, I don't care. But so-and-so said, don't care. Doesn't affect me. When you respond like this long enough, people stop treating you like their garbage can. Don't be part of that chain of BS. I could care less. My pronouns today are rib and I. Ribeye. Pronouns. Oh, that must be the same person that wrote the Montgomery County sexual guide during COVID. Pronouns. I guess his pronouns were jerk and off. I can't control women. I wouldn't want to control a woman. I wouldn't want a woman who needs to be controlled, because the minute you take your foot off the gas, you have trouble. Most of us are adults, right? So what are you going to do? You're going to put a GPS tracker on your wife too? Seriously, if you mistrust a woman in your life, why are you with her? What the hell's your problem? What a hell of a way to live. Seriously. Are you a writer of any type? Come on the show. We'll have you on. My audience loves writers, and I did part 1 of a series with Jared Trueheart. It was a good show. If you saw that, How to Be a Writer, that was last week. And when we are finished with this series of how to write, I'd like to schedule a time for you to come on if you're a writer or a blogger. They were an Ohio rock band in 1975. They were in Pittsburgh at the 2001 club. Their fans wanted them to play more dance music. As they were starting their second set, the drummer said to Rob Parisi, the lead guitarist and singer, he says, "Hey, play some funky music, white boy." He stopped and wrote that phrase down on a bar order pad. The band, Wild Cherry, was on their way back to Cleveland. Rob was listening to the Ohio Players' song Fire. And then he conceived the beat, rhythm, and tongue-in-cheek lyrics of the song called Play That Funky Music. If you listen to the song Fire and listen to the song Play That Funky Music, you will see some similarities there. You can see how one inspired the other. So now, Play That Funky Music is one of the biggest selling singles and most played dance songs of all time. Now you know. It's going on 7 years of teaching on YouTube. 7 years. 4 decades of media work, all analog, speaking to audiences, predating the digital age, the internet, PCs, and cell phones. I make it look easy because I've been doing it for so long. But it only took 40 years. That's all. Just 40 years. So which pipe are you going to smoke while you're grading those papers? Looking at a picture of C.S. Lewis sitting at his desk and a pile of pipes in the corner. Ecclesiastes 4 says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help him. Also, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? I remember Christopher Green on AM TV said, I got news for you. We are never going back to normal. And he was right. People thought he was crazy. This was in 2020. He was right. Things haven't gone back to normal. 2009. The intent here is to create as many dependent Americans as possible looking to government for their hope and salvation. The end of America as we have known it. Because it's going to set the stage for everything being government-owned, operated, and provided. You will own nothing and you will be happy. I feel dead inside, you might say. You're not dead, it's just winter. I'll tell you that every week until spring. You're not dead, it's just winter. I know hardly any other writer who seems to be closer or more continually close to the Spirit of Christ himself. That was C.S. Lewis speaking of George MacDonald. I don't know George MacDonald, but if C.S. Lewis said that, it makes me want to read George MacDonald. Imagine hearing a political candidate saying, I stand with America. Any political candidate. I think the only ones that are saying that are America First candidates. No additions, no modifications, no history of voting for aid to troublemaking countries. It seems like a rite of passage for every politician to have to say, I stand with this country or I stand with that country. Dude, how about standing with America? People say, well, it's the only democratically elected country in that region of the world. Who gives a flying rat's ass? Seriously, stand with America. You're supposed to defend America, not everyone else. People need to fight their own battles. I'm tired of blackmailing, bribing, bullshit countries and leaders that have power over us in America. Stop it already. America First is inevitable here. I am pro-America. Being pro-America does not mean that I am against anyone else. I'm just pro-America, period. I don't have to go on some rant about other countries or ideologies. I'm not interested in that. What made America great was its individualism, not its reliance on anyone else. But people have taken advantage of our kindness, haven't they? So we're spending billions today and every day on other countries that give us nothing back. This is why I hate freaking politics. Give me a candidate that says, I stand with America. Just one. I just want one. Isaiah 3 says, my people, infants are their oppressors, and women rule over them. The Lord said, because of the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with outstretched necks, glancing wantonly with their eyes, mincing along as they go, thinking with their feet, therefore the Lord will strike with a scab the heads of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will lay bare their secret parts. A lot of women are laying bare their secret parts all over the internet. And a quick reminder that the absolute best workout routine ever is one that you actually do. And with that, finish your coffee and I'll see you on the next Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.